Well, with that, you look like you could handle a great big sword. Can't say I've chatted with you before. Think I'd remember if I had. Seen your fair share of fighting, have you? To an extent. And wary besides. Rest assured I've no secret designs. Name's Granson. Bounty hunter by trade. Mostly Senators. When I first laid eyes on you, I had a feeling you were a tough bastard. The sort that must get mistaken for that warrior of darkness folks been talking about recently. That right? Easy, killer. I couldn't care less who you are or what you've done. The only thing I'm looking for these days is a like-minded pot. Someone willing to join me in the hunt for the biggest prize this side of Norvront. I am reward motivated. Thought that'd grab your attention. The Dikaiosians, the fiend I'm after, one of the so-called cardinal virtues, as folks are wont to call them. Former warriors of light, esteemed heroes who saved the realm a century ago. The old Brandon was one of them, I'm told. Stop me if you heard all this before. Anyway, like his comrades, Brandon died in the process. Only returned relatively recently as a Sin Eater. The better to torment we few who survive their mercy. Needless to say, I aim to put an end to all that. You've heard the pitch, so what's the answer? You interested in hunting Dikaiosine with me? Not a whit of hesitation. I like you, sinner. Nevertheless, I'll need you to human me and prove you're the dab hand I think you are. For my sake as well as yours. I've heard reports of stray eaters drifting close to the Crystarium. Come with me and put my mind at ease. Alright, back out to Lakeland then. Thankfully, we don't have to go far. I will still be writing a note over there. Ah, there you are. Very good. The Sin Eaters we're after were sighted west of the Ascenso Gate, so we'll need to head through there before we begin our search. And if you happen to have any objections to killing eaters for sport, remember that many were once innocent people. You'll be doing them a favor, putting them out of their misery. I gotta wonder, is there a quote-unquote lifespan for a Sin Eater? Could theoretically there be Sin Eaters that have been around the entire time? I suppose knowing what I know, there could be. There's just no way of really knowing. Jeez, that's gotta suck. Torched alive 100 years as something little more than a feral beast living to survive. Buddy, I can't easily get up there. Shit. Violent Triffid right there. Sorry, but I'll be sitting this one. Need to make sure I can rely on you in battle first. You understand? Alright. I can take... Come on, come on, come on. Really? Just innocence? It's ignorances. Okay. Get rid of you and then just gotta deal with the bugs. Good, clean work. This is clearly not your first time. Let's do this once more just to confirm it wasn't a fluke, though. Besides, the world could do with less sin eaters. Follow me, it shouldn't be much further. Don't look at me, your prey's out there somewhere. You'd think it's a big open area, it wouldn't be that hard to find them. Oh, hey! Alright. Yeah, that'll do. You're exactly the sort of woman I've been looking for. That's for that. My apologies for subjecting you to such a silly test, but I'd rather not have an amateur's death on my conscience. Let's head back to the wandering stairs and make this official, shall we? Here I can at least teleport back to the stair end. Pendants. So, just to make sure you're still keen on our arrangement, Gala, will you join with me and hunt the dread fiend Dikaiosine and put an end to his accursed existence? Excellent! And it is settled. Now, every hunt begins with an investigation, and ours is no exception. Dikaiosine can be a rather difficult eater to pin down. But before we commence ours, you would do well to attend to our respective preparations. I know when you're ready to proceed. Alright, that is the first quest, but since we're actually rather close to 73, we do have the second one available. All set to embark on our great hunt, Gala? Let us be about it. Before you ask, I've no intention of leading us out into the wilds without even an inkling of Dikaiosine's whereabouts. Yvonne's may not be a particularly large realm, even before the Flood, but it'd take us a dozen lifetimes to scour every nook and cranny. So we'll start by asking around a place I know for a fact Dikaiosine has attacked before, the village of Wright on Kolusha. Well, I don't have reason to believe he will return. I'd like to think that the survivors might know something of value. After all, we can be sure that they haven't forgotten the day the bastard came through. So, let us be off then. Alright. Back to Wright. Oh boy. Welcome to Right. I reckon it might not seem like much to you, but to me... Never mind. We'll save that conversation for after. Tracking down to Kayasine is what matters right now. Let's split up and ask after the bastard. Better odds of turning up useful information that way, aren't you, Rachel? Okay. Hey, you okay? What do you want with me? The Sin Eater? The one that came and killed everyone? Oh, God, is he here? Why are you talking about him? Oh, I knew I should have stayed inside. There's nothing but death out here now. Death and horror and evil and... Okay, we're just gonna... Okay. I may be a professional, but I am not a trained professional in matters of therapy. Oh, Grandson, do you have anyone over there? Anyone at all? Okay, there's gotta be someone in the field then. Ah, there we are. What? Huh? Where did you come from? What do you want with me? The Kayasine? A thrice down eater that's the spitting image of a Galgent knight? That the Kayasine? I can't help it. All I know is that when he came, he... Lady White, if you had seen the carnage, you would... Sorry. I can't talk about this. Well, we've gotten information on what? Oh, he's moved. What the Kayasine is, but we've kind of already gleaned that information. Hello? Okay, I don't even just... Guards. Well, not anything worth sharing. Wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. What we saw that day, what he did to us... There's no moving on from that. What exactly happened here? What's your connection? Well, I was planning to tell you the whole story eventually, but I suppose now is as good a time as any. I was born and raised in Wright. Lacking any real prospects, I eked out a living as a hunter. Might have tried my hand at something more exciting had I not also been trying to provide for the love of my life, Melinda. It was about a year ago that she accepted a commission from this Yomoran trader, a bloke who dealt mostly in antiques and had this bracelet in need of restoration. Bloody old with a questionable provenance, but supposedly it once belonged to royalty or some such. The Rings of Orthus, he called it. Me and her had been talking about tying the proverbial knot, buying land, building a home, that sort of thing. Around here, that might not take much, but it was still a lot more than we had. So when the trader made his offer, she didn't hesitate to say yes. I'd gone down to the shipyards to pick up extra tools and materials she needed for the work. Quality stuff, but it paid for itself 10 times over. When I got back to Wright. The Kayasine had been busy. I spied at least a dozen newborn eaters fluttering about, trying to make sense of their new lot. The grandmother who lived next door shared the fruits of her orchard with us. The gruff woodsman who brought firewood to our doorstep in the dead of winter. Both of them reduced to mindless fiends, just like that. There wasn't time to mourn or to think. I started looking for Melinda. And there she was, alive and well. Our eyes met, and we knew it was going to be all right. We ran for each other, and even now, a year later, it doesn't feel real. One moment she was there, right there, in front of me. Next, she was... The Kaiasin knelt and took the fangs of Orthus, then left, leading a host of sin-eaters out of right. But Melinda, I still couldn't see her as anything else. She wouldn't budge. She just hovered there and stared, waiting for me to end it. No, could never say no to her. Once in the years we'd been together. All the time she welcomed me home with a bowl of hot stew. All the time she laughed at my crude jokes and gave me counsel when I was losing my way. For all that and more, killed her. I swore then and there I'd have my vengeance. The Kaiasin would die by my hand. I carved the scars in my flesh to mirror the ones he'd left on my soul. An enduring reminder of the vow that I never dare stray from the path. There. All done. No need to wallow in it. Wouldn't want my tragic yet trite tale to put you off our hunt. Still with me to the end, sinner? That's the spirit. Still, I've some unfinished business here, so if you could give me a moment before we resume, I'll be most grateful. Alright. Well, unfortunately, I do need to get a whole nother level before talking to you, so I'll be back in a hot minute. Alright, grandson, it has been a few days, at least for me. Oh, does this mean we finally get to go? Okay. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Senna. I'm sure you're eager to get back to it, as am I. Trouble is, in your absence, I failed to turn up any information as to the whereabouts of the Kaiasin. There is one line of inquiry I've yet to pursue, though. The fangs of Orthus. The bracelet my beloved was supposed to restore that the Eater took with him when he left right. Sin Eaters are mindless fiends, driven only by base instinct. Everyone knows that. They've no need for worldly possessions. Yet, the Kaiasin took the bracelet anyway, which can only mean that there's something unique about this particular antique, or the sinless bastard's somehow different from the rest of his ilk. Either way, I think we need to learn more about the fangs of Orthus, and I know just the man to ask. The Omoran trader who commissioned Melinda's services. Much as I'd like to question him myself, though, I don't think that's an option. Even though the Kaiasin's attack a year ago is common knowledge, I doubt the trader will believe that an Eater stole his precious trinket. He's more likely to accuse me of theft and have me clapped in irons. So I'm afraid you'll have to go in my stead, Gala. Melinda said he was a regular at the Beehive, so try looking for him there first. Why are you sending me back into Yulmore? Oh, I don't want to go in there. I can't even teleport there. Alright, you? No funny business, I'm keeping my eyes on you. Yeah, don't look at me like that. Ugh. I hate it. I hate it. Okay, cool. I don't have to go too far in. And to what do I owe the pleasure that is your company? Oh, the fangs of Orthus, you say? How very interesting. I should be glad to tell you everything that I know, under the assumption that should you recover it, you will see it return to its rightful owner at once. I purchased the bracelet from a traveling peddler who claimed it was a relic of Vobert, that glorious kingdom that fell with the flood like so many others. He spoke true, from what I could tell, and I intended to sell it to a collector here for a tidy profit, after having it properly restored by an artisan in right. Alas, she was one of several casualties of a Sin Eater attack, during which the fangs of Orthus mysteriously vanished. I have of course been keeping in touch with several contacts on the off chance that the thief might attempt to sell it. They have not, regrettably, but a piece of similar design did recently surface in Mod Soup, I am told. I was planning to dispatch an agent to investigate, but you seem more than capable of fulfilling that role. As for incentive, you may be assured that any information that aids me in the acquisition of the Fangs of Orthus or similar relics will be well rewarded. Okay, cool. Get me the fuck out of here. Go, 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 go. Oh, not the person using the shake drink emote with the dominatrix title. No, don't. Stop. Stop it. So, what did our industrious patron have to say? So he thinks it was stolen, eh? Just as well. We'd probably not know where to head next if it wasn't for his distrusting nature. If this piece of similar design is related to the Fangs of Orthus, then it might attract Akayasin's attention, assuming it hasn't already. Let's go. I do like how Grandson is, at least mechanically, a Dark Knight. You know, the whole class that, at least in 14's case, really tells you that two things. A, you can't save everyone. B, this class runs on the power of love and friendship. I mean, I'm paraphrasing there, but it's the gist. Hi. Fine weather we're having today in Mordsuk, isn't it? No such thing as a thing without value. What's the creed of these folk? We'll find no shortage of Vobertite trinkets here. Finding the right one, on the other hand, is a challenge. I'd say divide and conquer, as before. Oh good, we get to go looking for stuff in Mordsuk again. Hello, ma'am? Yes. Do you have business with me, traveler? Ah, the Vobertite choker. Is that what all this fuss is about? Then you're in luck, for my husband has yet to sell it. Once we realized how valuable it was, though he insisted on carrying it with him at all times. If you're not willing to wait for him to return, you could try to find him at the ruins where he's scavenging for relics. But how far? I feel like we should probably go check in with that now instead of finding someone else to talk to. Well met, well met. How may I be of service to you? Oh, a choker that once belonged to Vobertite royalty, you say? Oh, if only I had such a remarkable treasure in my possession. But no, I do not. In all my years here, I have never even heard of someone unearthing such a thing. Yeah, okay. Alright, grandson, we gotta move. Nice, Eric. I will be back with you later. Don't worry, buddy. You do not see me here in tank gear. I'm going too far. This isn't Gala, this is her cousin. Bala. Let's just ignore that. What news, friend? Huh. To think it was that easy. Use the luck of the Fae. But we need to hurry. My theory's correct, then so long as that scavenger has the choker, he's a target for Dikaiosine. That's what I'm saying. Oh good. The chariot of death and destruction. Look upon its face, ye mighty, and despair, for the end has come. Mercy! Mercy! Take whatever you want, but please, don't kill me. I have a family, Well... Shit. Ugh. I don't like how they still have consciousness. Plus, we don't have to wait for a dungeon for this. I'm sorry. Forgive me. You're not in... Okay. Alright. Of course, grandson's on the other side. Shame you missed the fun, but this one bit off more than he could chew. Probably because it was a newborn. You could tell by the lingering vestiges of intelligence and self. You could see it in their eyes. Like when Dikaiosine... Don't tell me. You saw him. Wicked white. And he took the choker, too. Damn it. Damn it all. Can't keep getting away with it. You can't keep getting away with it. Just like right. It's too late to save him. Just like it was too late to save her. Well, not again. Never again. I'll hunt you to the ends of the world, Dikaiosine. Vengeance will be mine. Alright, buddy, we just gotta... Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Pump the brakes there. Right, yes. Neither the time nor the place. What this could be about. just... every time I cut one down, it reminds me of the first. Of her. Yet, who's... Are we... I'm hoping that the fact that he's going there first means he's telling her that her husband's dead. Whoops, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, okay. We have failed to stop him this time, but what matters is that we'll both live to see another day. Pity the scavenger didn't. The wife doesn't yet know she's become a widow. Sod it. I'll tell her what happened. I've been there, so maybe it'll help me to find the right words. But there ever are any. Afterwards, I'll have a good to think about our next step. Don't let me keep you from your other affairs, Scholar. Speak again soon. Well... you have fun with that. I gotta get back to the Great Wood. Okay. I may have waited maybe a bit too long for this. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. I'm sure Granson did not mind waiting a little bit longer. Hey there, sinner. I broke the bad news to the widow of that scavenger while you were away. She took it about as well as you'd expect. She cried herself hoarse. I started asking about the choker and where her husband had got it. Seems he and his mates took a trip to Ilmeg a year or so back, hoping to cart off all the Vobertite treasures they could carry from an untouched ruin they learned about. Of course, in their greed, they neglected to account for the Fey folk, who killed or drove mad most of them. Those who survived didn't come away empty-handed, though. In fact, they'd stumbled upon a remarkable find: 3 sacred treasures of the royal family. They escaped with 2, the fangs of Orthus being one of them, which was sold by another scavenger to a Umoran. Either that merchant you met at the Beehive, or an agent of his, I'd wager. So the merchant gives it over to Melinda for restoration, after which the Chiasine attacks right, presumably because he's after it as well. Meanwhile, the scavenger here in Mordsuk keeps the choker, the eyes of Orthus, locked away for safekeeping. When he finally decides to sell it, a sinless bastard shows up again. Which brings us to the here and now. Damned if I know why, but at this point there's no denying that the Chiasine's been hunting the royal relics. And so, assuming he hasn't already claimed the third one, the Claws of Orthus, then I'd say we should get our hands on it first, and then use it to lure him out of hiding. But to that end, we'll have to venture into the Fairy Kingdom ourselves. Those scavengers didn't receive the warmest welcome, and we're not like to be treated any better. Well, here's the thing. I'm pretty well versed in Fae. Why does that not surprise me? Well, if you and the Fae have an understanding, perhaps we can traverse their lands without worry. That settles it then. We'll head to Ilmeg and ask about this... ask after this Vobertite ring. Yeah, sure. I'm sure it's... totally sure the Fae will know exactly what that means. Alright, good start. What a remarkably uneventful trip. I kept jumping at shadows, waiting for eaters or foul demons or worse to attack, though that might be preferable to the Fae, frankly. Still, we're going to have to deal with them eventually if we're going to find this ring. After all, the new Mo were part of Obertite society. Without their help, I'm not sure where to even begin our search. Perhaps there's a village of some sort you can guide us to? Oh, there is Pla Ene. Pla Ene, eh? Very well. Lead on, sinner. As you go in front of me. Sure, yeah. Oh good, I get to voice a new Mo again. Wonderful. Something about your demeanor bespeaks a question unasked. Of either of it. A ring that belonged to the royal family of Velvet. It was called the Claws of Earthis. But Velvet's long gone, as are the caretakers of the ring you seek. Who can say where it might have got to? That's not good. Somebody around here must know something. Ah! Yala. Oh, hello there. You have questions for me? Claws of Earthis. It is a ring, you say? The name I have heard before, but I know nothing save that. Oh! Sul Ul served the royal family before the flood. Somewhat temperamental they are, but surely they will have knowledge of this treasure you seek. Okay. Well, I haven't seen Grandson yet. I hope he hasn't gotten roped into anything. What do I... Oh. Hello. Ah, good. They haven't roped you into menial tasks yet. Had yourself a conversation or three? Learn anything interesting? Oh, it's White Lad. So the Sul Ul is the one we ought to speak with, huh? Former servant of the royal family, which would mean they've lived well over a century. Back on me. Okay, this time, give me the mount. I'll even take the dog. I do not know you, yet you seem to know me. Why now? The fifth was discovered yesterday. A young girl not yet of age, transformed into a misshapen beast like the others before her. As if we needed more proof of a pattern. At this rate, any citizen could be next. Tell me you at least learned something from this one. I studied her remains myself. 'Twas plain a powerful magic had been employed. Vestiges of the enchantment lingered long after. The culprit, I think, is not a man to be trifled with. That is all I can say for now, but you may rest assured that I will ascertain their identity ere long. On my honor as court mage, I swear it. Until I do, however, I would implore you and your fellow knights to dispatch any who return or show signs, without hesitation. But these are our kith and kin. Should we not try to keep them alive until a way to reverse their transformation can be found? Your mercy would place countless others at risk. As a knight of Velbert, did you not vow to serve all her people? Justice for the weakest among us, was it not? How many such innocents will die before you do what must needs be done? It pains me deeply, Brandon, but the safety of the royal family is paramount. I fear that to take anything less than the most drastic measures would be to invite death into this castle. Oh god, who's this? Death is already here. Surely you must see that. Oh, I was correct. I will not let it be whispered that Princess Soldia turned a blind eye to her people's suffering. These crimes are a tragedy that weighs upon every Robertite soul, mine most of all, and that is why I will take charge of the investigation myself. My lady, be reasonable. You cannot put yourself in harm's way. You have a responsibility to your subjects. So I am to gamble with their lives instead. Let them shield me while I alone take shelter and look down from them from on high. Yes, exactly! You're the princess! You're Brandon, yes? The new recruit. A rather promising one, from what the captain has told me. You will attend to me personally. My lady. You heard me. I will not stand idly by when I have the power to make a difference. Together we will see justice done for all, as your vow and your princess demand. Lady Soldia, I understand. Forgive me my hesitation. My life and my sword are yours to command. I have great expectations for you. I trust you will not disappoint me. Right. There is no telling where our culprit will strike again, so we must begin our investigation at once. There are all witnesses to be questioned, clues to be gathered. Come. Now? Lady Soldia! Lady Soldia! Ever the stubborn child. I wish you the best of luck, Brandon. You'll need it and more. Ooh, okay. Hey! Are you alright? Yeah, it's, the way you were holding your head, as if racked by a terrible pain. What happened to you just now? Lady Soldia, you saw her with your mind's eye. Then it is as I suspected. You have the gift too. You are like Brandon. What do you mean she's like Brandon? Why have you come to me? What is it that you seek? I see. For this hunt of yours, you have come to Ilmeg in search of the claws of Orthus. I'm afraid this is no simple matter. First, I would know what you are capable of facing the... Fuck, misread that. First, I would know that you are capable of facing the eater you seek. There is a spot in a river not far from here in which I used to bathe, until a number of beasts grew equally fond of it. If you are the warrior you claim to be, they should pose no challenge whatsoever. As for you, I have questions. Jesus Christ. I can do a few menial tasks. Alright. Let's get little buddy out here. Okay, river not far from here, correct? what exactly would they have us fight? Okay. Ah. I didn't realize my Veil Cleave got upgraded. Oh, okay. Nascent Chaos is, powerful indeed, I guess.
The beasts are no more, then? Good. I had to do it myself, for they were no ordinary beasts, but old friends who had survived the flood. Victims of the curse you heard us speak of in your vision.
So this curse transforms people into monsters? Like how sin eaters can spawn more of their own kind?
I will speak no more of this or other matters until after you have completed the task I set before you. This is not negotiable, grandson. Gala accepted my terms, and so must you.
So secretive, the both of you. Can't we all just speak plain?
Your comrade refuses to acknowledge his situation. This may take time, but I am patient. Indeed, I have dealt with many a stubborn child in my life.
I'm, like, 25 here.
Yeah, that's what I said, a child.
Alright, cool. You guys have fun.
Hi.
Have you finished those errands? Pale.
Exemplary timing, Gala. It was not more than a moment ago that grandson returned, having at last obliged my humble request.
Humble crust my ass. This one's no better than your Moan aristocrats, so accustomed to making others do their bidding. I tell you, there's something off-putting about taking orders for a dog.
Ere you continue and give me cause to reconsider aiding your hunt, perhaps you should ask your questions.
Fine. Gala said she saw a vision of you and Brandon looking thick as the thieves. You were friends, eh? Know what he's up to now?
Brandon is dead. He died a century ago along with his comrades in an attempt to halt the flood that they themselves set in motion. I presume you speak of the eater that took possession of his corpse.
The Kaiasu, aye. But unlike most eaters, he's been doing more than roam about aimlessly. For some reason, he's been hunting down royal treasures of old Blurbert. And he's been killing anyone who got in his way.
Is he now? Yeah, what irony. Even in death, he remains a slave to duty. A knight brave and true.
He's a murderer, and I'll not hear it said otherwise. He ruined my life, killed my beloved right before my very eyes. Every night I go to bed dreaming of the day I'll take my revenge.
Oh, I see. Truly, you have suffered a terrible loss, but while your thirst for vengeance is quite natural and understandable, it is ultimately misguided. Unusual behavior notwithstanding, the Kaiasin is nevertheless no more than an eater. To hate him is to hate the sea that claims the ship, the disease that steals the child, the tremor that topples the home, the mindless force of nature that begets destruction, driven by fragmented memory.
Don't you dare make excuses for him! You think I wanted any of this? I grew up on a farm. I could barely wield a sword. And now I've got to kill one of the bloody cardinal virtues. Hate and anger and vengeance are all I've got now. My every waking moment is dedicated to plotting his death.
It has to be. It has to be. So just tell us where the goddamn ring is and we'll be on our way. This is how it has to be, huh? Will you have to be? Nay, I think not. You ask too much, demand far, far too much. In exchange for what? This I cannot abide. Are you trying to barter with me? You little shit. Tell me what I want to know or I'll beat it out of you.
Calm.
Back off, Gala. I won't let anyone or anything stand between me and Melinda's murderer. Brandon was a dear friend. To know that an eater disgraces his flesh and his memory pains me more than I can well express. It would bring me great comfort if you were to grant him peace. I should like to share with you a story, if you'd be so kind as to join me in Laia. This had better have a point. Shame I'm not playing Dark Knight. I could probably get Frey out here to kick his ass for me. No, we don't need any of the guys. Oh, an instance. Why are we here again? Tis beautiful, even now. A palace of forgotten dreams. But before it was Laia, in the time of Vobert, it was Grunus Licht. A memory of mine in which you walked was of a troubled time, and the people of our kingdom were preyed upon by an ambitious fool. Brandon, then a young knight who had only just won his spurs, had caught the eye of Princess Soldia, who chose him as her personal guardian. However, he was far too inexperienced, and was unable to keep her safe when she ventured outside these walls on one of her investigations. For his failure, he was stripped of his knighthood, and shortly thereafter he quit Velbert. I thought I would never see him again. But then one day he returned, one of several wandering adventurers led by a man named Ardbert, who had accepted our invitation to look into the mysterious transformations, which had continued unabated in Brandon's absence. Lady Soldia was overjoyed, and for a time it was like nothing had changed. They spoke often and grew even closer. And then came the day when we learned the truth. When we learned that the architect of our kingdom's suffering was none other than the court mage, Tadric. Oh god. Here we go again. It's him, Brandon. I'm sorry. So am I. Come, let's have done with it. It was you, Tadric. Do not deny it. Tormenting our people, twisting and transforming them into monsters. And for what? Brandon. And after I took such pains to be rid of you. You may strip me of my titles, but not my oaths. I shall serve Lady Soldia till my dying breath. As you like. Once I've killed you and your friends, there'll be no one left to stop me from claiming the throne. Hear me, my children. The hour of reckoning is at hand. Rejoice, for a noble sacrifice shall you find everlasting. Oh, Tadric, it hurts. Soon you shall know no more pain. Oh, Tadric, it hurts. Yes, you idiot, that's the point. I was going to make it quick for old time's sake, but now I think I'll have to take my time. Okay, alright, what do we got? Activate the combo. I'm guessing this is the AoB. Fight or flight. Oh, a heal and then silence. Okay. Hey, I recognize this. It ends at any point. Oh my god, okay. focus on this one. What the hell? There we go. There we go. Oh, jeez, okay. Just rush. Just rush. Okay. It's an interesting fight. I like it, but it's really not much I can talk about. Mainly because I gotta focus. Meddlesome wretch. This kingdom isn't by rights of mine. Brandon, what is the meaning of this? Tasha, you... But why? After serving us faithfully for so many years. I am no servant. No servant! None of your mother or father, or you. My lady. God damn you. Lady Soldia, speak to me. Brandon. My dear, sweet, brave Brandon. Am I your princess still? Would you honor your vows, even now? Now and ever after, my lady. My sword is yours to command. Oh, that's not good. That as well. But that I had the strength to wield it myself. Steel your heart, brave Brandon, and for the good of Volbert and her people. No, no! I cannot! I will not! Honor your vows. To your kingdom. To your princess. Oh! That's a bit different. To your friend, I never doubted you. I knew that you return and see justice. No, it should be me. And my sword, now and ever after. I've rounded up the rest of Todrick's co-conspirators and tossed them into the jail. The ones who hadn't been corrupted by his magics, that is. Not hesitate again. No matter the cost. No matter the sacrifice. Well, you saw what happened. Oh, wicked white. She begged him to do it. Like Melinda. Come. Let us quit this place and return to Pliny. Sun's going down. It's gonna get cold here. Ugh. Already cold enough. By the way, you can't take me back to plot any... Do you know why I entered into the royal family service many long years ago? Because when I was attacked by a wild beast which nearly tore me to shreds, it was Lady Soldia who came to my rescue. She saved me, and that is a debt that can never be repaid. But there is naught in this world which holds greater value than life itself. Even her death absolves me of it. And so I must always first consider her wishes, her desires, what she would want for me and her kingdom. For Brandon, and yes, even for you, grandson. For me. To define oneself in opposition to the other, and other bereft of complexity of nuance, wholly devoid of redeeming qualities. A villain. Indeed, there is comfort and certainty in hatred. But it is a false and fleeting comfort, brought with the lies we tell ourselves about who we are, what we must be, what we must do. And never you mind the cost. If anything, the more we offer up in sacrifice, the better. Do you not see? Brandon was right to hesitate, to doubt. The unwavering blade cares not whom it serves, nor who it cuts. I think I need a moment. Perhaps you do as well. Leave us for now, Gala. Don't do, but whatever it is, you travelers do. Sleep? I recommend sleep. Sleep sounds nice. Here. Eat this bowl of paella I made. Okay. That was... Goodbye. What have you guys been up to? Ah. Grandson. I have given you ample time to consider the path that has brought you here, and where it invariably leads all who walk it. I don't know what to do after I lost Melinda. How to mourn her, or how to live. I felt that if I put it all into Caius, put my everything into the hunt, that at least I wouldn't have to think about myself, or what comes after. I wanted to hollow myself out, and fill up that hole with hate. Forget who I was. An irony of ironies. That's just what the poor bastard tried to do to himself a century ago too, isn't it? Hard men making hard choices. What rot. Yeah, it's important to remember the good. Not just the last. The moment isn't defined by what ends it. You're right. I don't need the hate. Never did. I'll finish it for Melinda. And for Brandon. And then... I'll move on. Move on, you say? I can't live off hate. Shouldn't have made it this far, frankly. And the more I try to reach for it, the more I find... sorrow? Pity? Curse not fate, but mourn her victims. Remember the dead as they lived. Aye, something like that. Reckon Golly would agree. And Melinda, if she were here. Probably slapped me a dozen times and called me a bloody fool for acting the way I have. Maybe you've been thinking about doing that instead, eh? Maybe once or twice. Apologies for treating you with such disrespect before, Sulu. I'd like to claim I finally understand what you've been trying to tell me all this time, but I'm still getting my head around it. Recognizing your faults is the first and most important step. I will tell you what I know of the claws of Orthus. The ring, together with the bracelet and choker, were 3 relics passed down through the royal family over generations, signifying the owner's right to rule. Princess Soldia was the last of her line, and after her death they were stored in a sanctuary for safekeeping. However, a year ago a band of thieves learned of its existence.
The ones who stole the fangs and eyes of Orthus.
Yes. The relics were concealed with magical wards. I can only presume that once they were spirited away, Takayasine was then able to sense their presence.
Even in death, a slave to duty, he said. You think he pursued the thieves out of an instinctive loyalty to his princess?
That I do. After all, he was content to leave them be so long as they remained hidden.
Only 2 of the 3 were taken. Then the 3rd is still...
Claim the claws of Orthus, and he will surely come for you, yes. Tim Gies is where you must go. Once you arrive at the place I marked on your map, cast this powder into the air. The glamour will fade, and you will see the chest with the ring. The rest is up to you.
Thank you, Sulu. I promise we will bring your friend peace. With me, Senna.
And may you find peace as well, child.
Okay, time gears. Oh, okay. Alright. Probably better just to teleport back to Legion Laron. Cloudy right here. Perfect. This should be the place. You've got the powder on you, right? A small sachet containing a fine powder comprised mainly of ground mushroom and enchanted with numerous magics. Useful to dispelling all manner of illusions, save the ones under which we choose to labor. You toss the powder into the air, and as it slowly settles to the earth as twinkling motes of light, the coffer begins to take shape. This must be the claws of Orthus. All that's left is to decide when and where we want to confront the Eater. Or we could deal with it here and now.
Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Hey there, old man. I don't know you and you don't know me. But I know your story. I know this isn't you, and I know that if Lady Solia was here, she'd say the same thing. It'll all be over soon. I promise you. Alright. This can't be it. Okay, so there. Big AoE in front of him. Okay, good to know. I feel like that's an AoE. Big AoE. Okay. Okay. Let's figure out which way he's pointing that. Okay, orbs. Checkerboard. Okay. Come on. Okay. Very tight there. Okay. Alright, I think I got it. Maybe just... Okay, maybe if I move away far enough, it won't pull me straight in. Okay. Okay, Grandson just has a lot of health. Branson. Okay, here we go again. Oh, come on. Come on. Just go the fuck down. Come on. Ugh. Damn, Eater, let him go. Such a bloody puppet. Oh. Hey. Finally. You watching, Melinda? It's a jolly archer. It's been a while since I've seen one of those. It's a bit old, but probably tastes just as good. Ooh, flavors come back. Now, never after, my lady soldier. My sword is yours, to command. Brandon, you're still in there? Will not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Wait, is he trapped in the memory still? You're wrong, Brandon. That's not what she would want. Let go of your anger. Let go of her. Well, that would make me lesser in your eyes, wouldn't it? To shoulder a burden that need not be mine. No. I will not forsake compassion and love. I will not dishonor your memory. Ah, my lady Soldia. Who's gone? And with that, the three treasures of the royal family are reunited. Now we've just got to find a place to stick them so that no scavenger ever stumbles upon them again. Least we can do for the princess and her knight, am I right? Maybe Sol Ul will have some ideas. Let's head back to Pliny. Sul. Ooh. There you are. Ah, it is done. Brandon has been laid to rest. You saw us when we arrived. Do you really have to ask? No, I suppose not. Ah, my dear friend. I pray you have found peace. And what of you, grandson? Has the turmoil in your heart subsided at least? Aye, I suppose so. Though, to be honest, it felt like I made my peace with him before we even fought. Because you finally saw him for what he was. Accepted that truth into your heart. The battle was but an afterthought. Easy for you to say. You don't have to cross blades with the bloke. By the way, I brought you some gifts. The 3 royal relics of Vobert. Then Brandon was safeguarding both the bracelet and the choker. And now it's your turn to look after the whole lot. That's what Lady Salthia and her knight would have wanted, I reckon. Yes, of course. That their souls may sleep soundly forevermore, we shall enshrine these relics for all eternity. Now that that's settled, I suppose we should be on our way. There's a detour I'll have to take, but afterwards, I'd like to speak with you back at the usual spot in the Crystarium. Be well, Sul. I think that one has a bright life ahead of him. Few can find the strength to overcome such terrible tragedy, but he did. As have you. On no few occasions, I am sure. It has been a pleasure, Gala. Do visit me should you ever yearn to hear an old fool prattle on and on. Alright. Let us finish up where we began. Hey, grandson. Well met, sinner. Glad to see you make it back safe and sound. Having returned to where it all began, I can't help but think back to when I first came here, thinking only of Daikai's scene and my revenge. I was so wrapped up in my own personal affairs that I didn't realize I was only pushing others away. Leonard was the only one who saw through the facade. He's a perceptive one, eh? Took one look at me when I got back and broke into a smile. But enough about him. I've yet to thank you properly, Gala. I owe you so much for sticking with me to the end. So, what's next for you? Good question. Can't say I feel at home here, or in Wright, or anywhere else, so I might spend some time on the road. I may not be as skilled a fighter as you, but I reckon I'm better than most. There's always someone in need of a reliable sword hand. Melinda would want me to use my talents for a noble purpose, and helping folks in need fits the bill. Else, isn't that what Brandon and his comrades round up doing in the end? So, let's not call it a goodbye. Let's just say, until the next hunt. wherever you may go, may you find shade, Sam. And that is the tank roll quests for Shadowbringers. When the fuck did you get here? So, join me next time as we figure out. Oh my god! Join me next time as I tackle yet another role quest that I have to finish up here. See you then.